Alright guys, today we are going to be sitting here and talking about how do we determine if a set will be a good set, a great set, or just an overall flop. I think this is a question that a lot of people asked me in my last video when we were talking about Astral Radiance coming out here next week. And the biggest problem that we have is how do you determine this just by looking at the card sets? So today we will go over that. So if you're new here guys, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, hit that like button guys. We can get 70 likes in this video. It's greatly appreciated and helps us out a ton. Also, a reminder coming up down below is going to be our box break. So we will be doing that on May 28th here at 9 p.m. Central Time. So we got a time set for that. I'm going to get the live up so you guys can join in and get ready for that. But that's the game plan, is to do this. And I do have the box right here. I have another box, so if they do get enough sales to hit a second box, I will break into two if we get them. So otherwise, we've got one for sure. A lot of fun chasing that trainer gallery. And of course, all the Charizard and Arceus inside of that set. Now, what makes a set good? What is the thing that we look for when it comes to popularity of a set? What is the driving force that we look for? So, you know, we sat down last Wednesday and we looked at Astral Radiance because people were asking, do I think it's investable or should we leave it be? And I said we should leave it be right now until we see first, second, third wave come through, maybe see where it all kind of lays out. But overall, I just don't see a good driving force inside of that set, which to me means it's going to be a rather slow moving, very probably around Chilling Reign and Fusion Strike style set. Not very acceleratory, not very popular, especially to begin with. If we go ahead and take a look, I always look for one major characteristic inside of sets. And I've had people ask, what are those characteristics? They heard me talk about anchor Pokemon. Now, anchor Pokemon are like the main engines of a set. I call them the main base, something that really drives that set, something that makes that people attracted to that set. And of course, the main engine or anchor of any set that you could really look at is Charizard. Look through history of all these sets. All the sets that do extremely well have a Charizard in them, whether it's Shining Fates, Brilliant Stars, go all the way to Darkness Ablaze. Even though it's the only thing in it, it's still a great engine for that set to keep it going in the positive direction. We can go all the way back to Burning Shadows, all the way back to XY era Flash Fire and all that. Charizard is an engine in itself and a force in itself, and it can almost drive a set by itself. It's probably one of the strongest engines that Pokemon TCG has, and Pokemon knows that. So if they think that a set's going to have a rough time, what do? Throw a Charizard in it. Boom. Thing takes off, right? And we see it time and time again. Next one I'm going to put as an engine or a good anchor, a good set binder is Pikachu. Pikachu is great for bringing in fan base, especially if you give it an alternate art or a VMAX, a Rainbow Rare, a Full Art. All these things draw people in. There are so many Pikachu collectors. My son is a Pikachu collector. They all love the electric mouse, and that really drives a set, is having that Pikachu inside of it. Next one I'm going to put up here is Mewtwo. Now, a lot of people are sitting there going, well, Mew is in Fusion Strike. What? They have to be together. Go back to Unified Minds. That was always my biggest complaint about Fusion Strike is they failed to put Mewtwo in it, and because they did that, it was not strong enough to pull enough people into it to make it a popular set. If they would have put Mewtwo in that set, it would have done a heck of a lot better than what it did. It would have brought in more popularity and more people into it, and that would have been a great engine inside of there, but they must be together. You cannot split them, which makes my concerns for Pokemon Go there also. As more cards come out, we'll make the assessment on that. Next one is evolutions. Now, you can do a combination of evolutions. You can do the OGs. You can do Umbreon and Espeon. You could do the newer ones with Sylveon, Glaceon, and Leafeon and put them into sets, and they do extremely well. We've seen this in Evolving Skies just recently, how much of an impact the evolutions can actually have on a set with Eevee included into it. Of course, that combination of 5 Pokemon in kind of any flip-flop order work extremely well, and they bring in a lot of fan favorites, myself included. I love evolutions. That's why I'm always biased to Evolving Skies still being the best set of Sword and Shield era right now. Next one I'm going to say is Blastoise and Venusaur. Of course, if you can bring in the OG Pokemon, the OG starters, all the way from Gen 1, And if you may want to make it a super house, put it in the Charizard. 3 of those characters together with a full set will make a set pop. We've seen it time and time again, and we will continue to see that. That is a known fact that these characters together, you got to have Blastoise and Venusaur together. Once again, Blastoise on its own does not have enough popularity. Venusaur on its own does not have enough popularity. Both of them together create fireworks in a set, and they do extremely well. Rayquaza is going to be the next one. Rayquaza is another one of those characters, fantastic for driving a set. We've seen it in Ancient Origins. We've seen it now in the assist in Evolving Skies. These are all things that do extremely well, and I see this one as a big anchor. Lugia is going to be the last one on my anchor list, and Lugia is one of them characters that everybody loves. He has a great anime backstory. He has a great fan following all the way from Neo, and it's been a fantastic driver for a set. Lugia typically does need another character, but it does do well on his own too to keep his set at least moving in the positive direction. So this is a list of my anchors, and if I've missed some, put them down in the comments below. I will sit there and have a discussion with you if you think there's different ones, and I can give you my reasons on why I think it is or isn't. I mean, I missed some, but these are the big 7 that I really look for in a set. I think that these ones here will make a set if you have them in these particular locations. Next one I'm going to put in is the supporting Pokemon. Now, every set does great sometimes with just the anchors or these engines, but sometimes they need a couple thrusters or some assist boosters on it, and that can be done too with supporting Pokemon. Now, this is a list of support Pokemon that I always enjoy seeing in sets. They boost its popularity, and they can help a set such as Fusion Strike do a little bit better if put in the right combination. So, my number 1 is going to be Greninja. We've got Lucario, Dragonite, Latios, Latias, the legendary birds, Snorlax, Alakazam, Celebi, the legendary beasts, of course, Mimikyu, Tyranitar, Gyarados, and Houndoom. And to finish it all off, Gengar. Yep, Gengar can be inside of it. Once again, I know a lot of people are sitting there asking, well, you still look at Fusion Strike and you had Mew and Gengar. You know, you should have had a decent set. And the fact of the matter is, and you had an evolution. The problem is you picked an evolution, just one, and it wasn't the strongest one out of them. You took Gengar, who, yeah, has a great fan following, but you took your anchor Pokemon and you split it in 2. You put Mew without Mewtwo. Once again, it's just one of those mysteries to me. Why you do a Fusion Strike set, a Fusion set, which is Mewtwo's like Fusion Bomb is his number 1 move, all the way since the beginning in 1990 or 2000 movie, and leave him out of a Fusion Strike set. It was kind of mind blowing to me. I know they're putting him in Pokemon Go, but you could have definitely given him some love in Fusion Strike, and it would have made a lot of sense. And I think it would have made that set 100 times better than what it has been doing if you did that. But once again, these supporting Pokemon cannot drive a set on their own. If you were to put these, make a Dragonite set, or if you were to make a Gengar set, you would have a very slow, non-moving set. Legendary birds, once again, they're great. They're awesome to collect. Not necessarily great for a set themselves. I mean, we even go to Legendary or Hidden Fates, and you sit there and look at the Legendary birds that's in there. Would you be chasing the Legendary birds, or are you chasing Charizard? Of course, you're chasing Charizard and the evolutions. There's a lot of evolutions inside of that set. So once again, all of this list, and I will put this right next to me right here on the screen, just so you guys can take a look. And if, once again, there's a lot of combinations of this. These are the ones that I enjoy, and I see a commonality on sets doing extremely well with these ones in it. And that's not necessarily the only ones that'll do it. There are other combinations of these supporters, but they need to be fairly popular and fairly collectible Pokemon in order to meet the criteria to be in this list. So yes, there are some people that will collect Magikarp. Magikarp is not going to be a supporting Pokemon to really drive a set, but Gyarados will. Gyarados can be a really good driver in a set or a supporter in a set to help it. So, and we've seen that, you know, even Breakpoint, Gyarados was the only one in it, and that set's kind of a flop because Gyarados by himself is not enough to actually create a set. So, like I said, I hope this explains a little bit. So when you're looking at Astral Radiance, why I say there really isn't any strong Pokemon in that set to really draw people into it. There's no consumer draw or collector draw or chase draw in the side of that set because there's not really anything. Machamp isn't going to do it, guys. Machamp is liked, I get it. There's some people that really enjoy Machamp, but in general, he's not a chased after Pokemon. I'm not going to chase Machamp. I really could care less. Darkrai, you could maybe put him in the supporting side. Some sets he supports, some sets it doesn't make a difference if that he's in there. So once again, Darkrai is one of those ones that could go flip and flop. You could put him in supporting if you wanted to. I didn't because I just don't feel that he's that strong of a Pokemon to be able to draw in enough people. Because I don't know of too many people that are collecting Darkrai's. Let's just be honest. He's a cool character, but he's really not a collectible character. So once again, this is my reasoning. This is where I go when I'm looking at sets, and how you can kind of generally tell if a set's going to do well or kind of be rough or be slow like Chilling Reign or Battle Styles or Fusion Strike, is they are missing these characters. And if you look at every one of those sets, they don't have these characters, and most of them don't have a lot of these supporting characters behind it either. Usually they might have one or two, even looking at Chilling Reign, you got Celebi, you got the legendary birds, which are probably the better chases inside of there. But overall, it really just doesn't have it. Actually, Celebi's in Fusion Strike. My bad. Yep, so that's my mistake. But it does have the legendary birds. Once again, legendary birds alone just isn't enough. Calyrex is not enough to draw in enough people and give that set a big enough engine to be successful. So once again, guys, this is my reasoning. This is where I think about things. If you think differently, put it down in the comments. I love to have this conversation. I like to talk to people about these things. Maybe we can come up with a reason on why one's better than the rest. Maybe there is some more anchors out there that really drive a set. But this has just been my analysis of a lot of sets, and these are the things that really do drive it, and these are the things that really make a set successful. So once again, guys, hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully this helps you out on your Pokemon journey. Hopefully it helps you make decisions on whether or not you should jump in on something or wait, just by learning to do some analysis on that set. So other than that, guys, I hope that I helped you out. If I did, hit that subscribe, hit that notify, and as always, guys, hit that like. We can get 70 likes on this video. Greatly appreciated as always. And if you do like this content, as always, I'll put up these 2 videos for you up over here, and we will see you next time here on Northwoods TCG.